My name is Sanchez. I've been in Providence since 1994. Migrated from Dominican Republic. Been working at the Biltmore for about 8 years now.
Okay. And what's your job here at the Biltmore?
I'm a doorman.
Okay.
Slash valet supervisor.
And that entails?
Customer service, talking to a lot of people from all over the world, giving them guidance about Providence, basically.
Okay. And I just started recording. What about the people, how would you compare the people who come to the Biltmore versus the people that you see at the plaza waiting for buses and things like that?
On the buses, I gotta be honest with you, there's a lot of homeless people, and there was something like 15,000 people in Rhode Island. A lot of those people end up here in Kennedy Plaza and in the park.
Mm-hmm.
They got nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
They got to sit somewhere. But a lot of people that come to the Biltmore, mostly it's all a lot of weddings, a lot of people who come for business, a lot of people who come for water fire, tourism.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who go to Kennedy Plaza itself, it's a lot of people who get basically on this side of the plaza, like if you look where I'm standing, on this side of the plaza, it's a lot of people who get on the bus for Boston or New York or elsewhere.
Because that's the Peter Pan stop.
Basically. And then the other side is the city bus. There's a lot of homeless people.
Okay, so
you got to go to shelter.
The Biltmore side is generally
more business class people, and over there it's more like no disrespect, but homeless.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of homeless and a lot of people who have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that if changing the plaza would, what kind of changes would change that? And do you think it's a good idea to try to change this?
A good idea to do that, it would have somewhere around here a nice shelter, a big shelter to have people and just have them interact. If they want to be in downtown, have them interact with the city, have them clean the park for a little bit of money. Just have them involved around the area, hand out flyers, work in the city basically.
So you think? I just started recording.
Some people are not actually just homeless. Some people just have drug problems. Some people have alcohol problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's not enough here in downtown Kennedy Plaza area to help these people out.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of these people sitting around there and just give them something to do.
And you think the reason is because they don't have anywhere else?
They don't have nowhere else to go. That's how I feel.
And that's why they come to the plaza.
They come to the plaza. Yeah, they don't have nowhere else to go. Everywhere they go, they get kicked out.
Yeah, and in the plaza, they're technically allowed to stay?
Somewhat. They move around and stuff, but it's a main area. So, one cop tells you to move one side, and then you go to the other side, and the cops got to chase you on the other side again. It's like a never-ending cycle.
Okay. And if you could single-handedly change anything about this, downtown Kennedy Plaza area, what kind of things would you do, and why?
I honestly,
if anything,
get a lot of more homeless people to be in tune with the city.
Mm-hmm.
More in the sense of instead of looking at them as homeless and people who are not worth your time, look at them as something that they could do for the city. Make a place where they could help the city out or help Providence or Rhode Island or do any kind of charity or
And you think that because I know there's a lot of events coming down, like farmers market today, for example, there's water fire, things like that. You think those events aren't really catered to a wide audience?
It is, but like I said, a lot of people who come to Providence, they don't want to go to a place where they have to deal with homeless people asking them for money.
So you think,
and that's if that's right there, and then obviously the homeless people are right there next to that stuff. The city should have just a little bit more not compassion, but more awareness of what they could do for these people. Instead of kicking them out, give them somewhere else, give them another option.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Instead of just kicking them out, give them an option.
But my question is, there are a lot of public events all the time. Last week there was a show and things like that going on. But you think that the people who are here all the time, they don't go to these events?
They do. They go to these events, but I don't.
Like the food trucks, for example. What's the price point of the food trucks? Do you think they would be able to, buy a hot dog at the food?
The homeless people?
Yeah.
I don't think they're honestly. They're not that homeless. They could buy something, but it just needs somewhere to go. They get involved, but most of the time, I got to be honest with you, most of the time I think they get kicked out for events like this.
They do.
They do get kicked out. They don't. The police, and I don't want to.
They come in and clear out the plaza.
They clear out the plaza, put them somewhere else. But they don't. That's the thing. They don't tell them where to go. Where. If I was homeless, where would I go? This is it downtown. You want to go to a city where you can hide behind a building and go to sleep somewhere where nobody will bother you. You know what I mean? You go to a urban neighborhood. suburb,
Yeah.
and you
they
sit
don't
somewhere in
have
the corner,
anywhere
they're
to
gonna
go.
call the cops on you. They're gonna call you like, hey, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna get arrested. Just give them an option, basically, of where to go.
Okay. So you think that if there were more, basically, shelters, not necessarily in Kennedy Plaza, but around the area?
I say shelter. I don't get me wrong with the shelter thing. I mean shelters in the sense of like working shelters, have them doing
Okay.
something with their time.
Okay.